It can save you a lot of effort, and it's safer. It can save you money by knowing how to do it, and it can possibly save you from getting injured. Thanks for tuning in to the Doing Stuff channel, where we do stuff. If you'd like to support the channel, hit that subscribe button, and any other love is greatly appreciated. Hey guys, welcome back. It's upload day, and just so happens I've got a little job here that I want to share with you. A friend of mine has a mower problem. I've never used this brand. If you know anything about this brand, drop it in the comments, because I don't even know how to pronounce that. Poulan? I don't know. You know, from what I can see of this mower, it looks very much like, you know, all the other types of mowers like that. But like I said, I've never used it. And but anyway, a buddy of mine said he hit a rock and his mower wasn't mowing right and started like gapping up his yard. So I told him, hey, just swing it by the garage and I'll take a look at it. Since I am doing this, I thought it would be a good opportunity to actually give you guys a really big tip that seems very simple and very basic, but it's probably one of the biggest tips that I can think of when it comes to mower maintenance. And it is using this instead of using like a breaker bar or a wrench or a ratchet to remove the mower blades, you know. And you have to do that, you have to use, it's a pain to try to break torque on those bolts. Now, I will show you how easy and how smooth this process is versus, you know, using the common everyday wrench or whatever. I've never used this mower. I've never done any maintenance on it until now. One of the first things I noticed about this mower is how they just so conveniently made it very difficult. Like, there's hardly any like jack points to put a jack to normally just use a floor jack and jack it up. So I brought out these ramps to see what that would do, to see if I could get access underneath the deck. And it turns out it's still not high enough to get my impact gun under there, or my impact wrench or drill or whatever you want to call it. It's just still not enough clearance under there to get the blade off. So I started looking around here. Ugh. So there's this here that could be definitely used. The best option is like right here, where you can actually, what you're doing is you're going up under this support here that goes across back here. You have to come back to this right spot. Now before you do this, you're gonna want to make sure that the parking brake is set, and I even put some blocks behind the back wheels just in case it slips off of the jack. It can't go anywhere. And you don't want to do this kind of job if you've got kids around or any kind of people that can trip or hit the jack or knock this thing off. So this is a job where you need to have safety, and you need to make sure there's nobody running around, no dogs, no animals, no kids, and yeah. But anyway, so like if you can get on that back edge of this plate. Now this plate does move a little bit, but it goes up against this railing, which is solid. And so you just kind of have to make sure you're in the right spot. See, now that right there is really the only jack point you have. You don't want to, I mean, you probably could, but I wouldn't do it. You could probably move it back here some. I wouldn't do that. You want to make sure that you're on like a support feature that goes across the entire mower, the frame basically. You don't ever want to be pressing up against like the motor. Now even in that spot right there, what I learned was you still can't get this thing high enough to get under the deck to remove the blades right there. So that's where these boards come into play. So you can see better up here how I was saying see how this framing goes across and it goes up, and see how this little guard here goes up against this structure here. I'm not sure how well you can see this, but you can see that that flywheel there is very tempting to use as a jack point. With boards, maybe you could get away with it, but I would advise against that because you don't want to warp that that wheel. If you warp that wheel, then you're going to have a lot more issues. It beats flipping the thing over. It beats going out and buying a big fancy mower jack. You know, I'm just showing you how I'm doing this. You know, I'm pretty confident. I have some jack stands that I can use for more safety. I mean, you can see it's got a pretty big, you know, here's the other one. The other one's got a little bow in it too, but nothing like this one, as you can see. All right, so even though we are going to replace those blades, I thought, why not just show you what I would have done if we weren't going to replace them. And all I would do is I'd bring it over to my bench grinder and basically reestablish these edges here. Doesn't need to be real sharp, you just need to get those dents out. So, I don't know how well you could see what was going on there, but you're not necessarily sharpening it. You're basically just you're taking out all those divots and all those dings. Just making sure that it's straight. Whenever you take material off of these, you want to make sure it's still balanced, and you can just basically put a nail on the wall and hang it on there, and you know, it'll, whichever side's the heaviest, just take more material off. They're not necessarily like sharp like a knife. They're just straight, and so that's all we really want to do. If we were gonna reinstall these, that's all I would have done. I would have just basically smoothened out all those like those jagged dents and dings, and just make it a straight situation on both sides. We're gonna go ahead and install these blades that I got. I got these at Lowe's. Right now it's the bang for the buck as far as high lift blades. that will fit a 42-inch deck, which is what I'm dealing with. It was the only high lift blades that were under $50, I think. There might have been some 48 or whatever, but these were 44, so it was the better deal available. So if you know of a better deal going on right now, please let us know in the comments, because we're all about saving money on this channel. So I'm definitely about saving money. So yeah, put that information down in the comments. But we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna install these, and we're gonna talk about installing. As you can see how easy it was to remove those blades with the impact. You can use the impact to reinstall them. I'll show you that. All right, so when you put these blades on, you want to make sure this tab piece on this is facing up towards the mower, and the sharp edge is facing down. A lot of people put these on upside down not knowing. But yeah, this tab needs to be facing up. Sharp edge facing down towards the grass. You want to make sure it's all the way on that star before you tighten. That's all you need. Maybe a little more, actually. That's good. You want to make sure it's all the way on that star before you tighten.